Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where there has been a crime, a murder most foul. Halcyon and Helen, actually that's not her real name, but I don't remember what her real name is, was murdered. Except instead of following the clues and trying to solve that, we are looking for a bottle of booze. Carter Reynolds.
Hello again, youngster. You're certainly doing a lot of running to and fro. Don't overexert yourself. The wasp-ketos can smell weakness. Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a body forget how stiff he gets bent over plants all day. Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel.
I found this bottle at the heart of the puzzle hedges. Says it's yours.
Oh, there that damn thing is. Thank you. I guess this proves it's wise to label your things. Otherwise, some fool might use them as prizes in an ill-advised scavenger hunt.
Found it real close to where I should have found the Rizzo's original. Strange, huh?
I will admit, I did take the original, yes. But I did so to keep it away from those who shouldn't have it. It's safer in my hands. If you're here to get it, I might suggest you give up. I'm known to be quite a stubborn git.
You taking the original makes it seem like Rizzo's lied about a prize, which is fraud.
Damnation, hadn't thought of that. Isn't my having it better than any random guest making off with it? I guess not, if it'll cause the company more trouble. Here's the original. Don't do anything with it that I wouldn't do.
Oh, right. Is drinking it one of the things that you wouldn't do? Because I probably should not drink it. Now, the question is, who do I want to give it to? I've got the lawyer, the entrepreneur, and the collector. The entrepreneur could be an interesting choice, because at the very least, this means that the original shows up on the market. He's just going to use it for a lawsuit, and she's going to use it to figure out its chemical composition, why it has been, why it's no longer in the market. Because if there weren't any problems with it, they would still be selling it. Well, how about this? Let's scratch off the lawyer, because the lawyer reminds me too much of the actual real-life case that somebody tried to make against Pepsi. The idea, like, there was an actual lawsuit in regards to Pepsi points. Somebody tried to sue Pepsi under the claim that because they had enough points as the Pepsi Point commercial advertised, the Pepsi Point commercial advertised you could win a Harrier jet for like 1 million points. It wasn't really like an advertisement, like they said that you could do that. More like a kind of a joke at the end of the commercial. But there was nothing that said you couldn't win a Harrier jet, or nothing that specifically said it was impossible, like they wouldn't follow through. So this guy tried to follow through with that. He managed to get some investors to back him up, managed to acquire enough Pepsi points, and then brought the lawsuit forward, saying that Pepsi is not able to honor their contest winnings for a Harrier jet. And actually, what surprises me, considering the fact that people can win a lawsuit claiming that the coffee wasn't labeled as hot, this person actually lost their lawsuit against Pepsi, with the judge agreeing with agreeing with the defense, who had, or should I say, the jury agreeing with the defense, who had presented the idea that nobody would have assumed that the prize of a Harrier jet was actually going to be paid out. The military doesn't hand those out to civilians. A child would not be flying a jet to school. The school would not be allowing for like a landing pad for the Harrier jet. And it it fit a previous scheme, just known as kind of like a ridiculous offer. Like it's an offer that's so ridiculous that nobody would have necessarily believed that was true. And in that case, I would agree with it, because the only person who really considered it as a possibility was the person who wanted to sue for it. So the lawyer is off the table. So that leaves the collector and the entrepreneur. Now let's say I bring it to the collector. The collector will analyze it and then most likely do nothing with it. Whereas the entrepreneur will rebrand it and put it out to market. The Spectrum original formula, which has been unused, will actually be out on the market making money for Glacial, what was it, Glacial Heights or something or other, was the name of the company. Now, here's the question. The question that I have is, why would Spectrum not release the original product? Now, a logical person would say it's because there was a problem with the product. But clearly that wasn't a problem for Spacer's Choice when they released Adrenatime. So, in theory, the problem isn't that there is a problem with the product. The problem is that there is no problem with the product. It's just a product. It does not control people's minds. It does not slow down time. It just does what it expects to do. Just a average, run-of-the-mill product. So I'm going to save my game right before handing it over to the entrepreneur. Despite the fact that Emily Zimmerman seems to have no original ideas, she does have gumption.
I was hoping that by the time you came back, I'd have a better idea for my product name. No luck, unfortunately.
Well, that's
Hi
because
there.
my idea was the
See you
best.
again.
I found the original, here you go.
There it is. You've made true on your end of the deal, and I will on mine. Here is your pay. Oh, law, you don't know how much you've done for me. Once Glacial Age makes their version of this product, you better believe you're getting a special thanks.
Excellent. I expect an invitation to the unveiling. But in the meantime, let's see what we're supposed to do next for following Helen's trail. Do a little bit more exploring of this area. Maybe see what's going on with this building to the southwest over there. Oh yeah, this is the wasp control.
Don't mess with us.
Should I be going in here? Oh, more, oh my gosh. Oh, hello. Who are you? Oh, you're Ellie. Never mind. Good job, Ellie.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
All right. So where is this timeline discrepancy? I presume it's going to be inside this building, but the door is sealed. Is there another way in that I do not know of? I cannot tell. Well, I didn't go into the R&D labs. So actually, let's rush over there. And I suppose we could fast travel, but just in case... there's something on my way. Ah, so this would be stealing. But that was not. Okay, so I cannot go into those labs just yet. Why, hello! Yeah, this is not a very good weapon. That's okay.
Time for a drink?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh, really? What sort of discrepancy are we talking about? Is it just her shoes again?
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
It's too bad Halcyon Helen seems to have just kind of randomly ran around this entire area, making it seem like she wasn't really moving around with any particular direction at all. Exterminator Automech Terminal Access Card. Oh yeah, I needed that for,
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
There's the RR&DD Lab Security Access Card. This is the keycard for Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs. If you're reading this warning anywhere other than the RR&DD Labs, please return it to the RR&DD Labs for only moderate extreme pay deduction and a mild reduction of working fingers. What a reward for finding a lost item. The shaft of the tossball stick is bent and cracked, exceeding tossball regulation requirements. The end of the tossball stick, blah blah blah.
Embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product.
Examine the end of the stick. It looks as if somebody used this tossball stick to completely obliterate a picnic basket. Maybe it's some kind of upper-class mating ritual.
The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hackers, like Black Hole Birdie. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
Something went wrong here. I really hope it wasn't the food.
Well, let's pick up everything here as evidence. And then head over to the RR&DD. Now that I finally have the key to get in... That required a little bit of scouring. A little bit more scouring than I expected, really.
Hello? I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass.
And what are you? A jeweled ring. Recent appointments. Name Miss Ruth Bellamy. Stage name Halcyon Helen. For a lab tour. Hello, I'm so sorry I haven't had the chance to get your name yet and update the terminal. When you have a moment, could you bring a mop to the lobby? Dr. Blossom seems to have had a rather rough night and spilled some coffee on the floor. Thank you. What in the blessed corporate law is all that commotion down there? I don't believe the rocket fuel combination distillery mixture was scheduled for another week. Could someone please inform me as to what the racket is all about? You better have a damn good reason for interrupting my meeting with the administrator. I expect a full explanation and apology within the next 15 minutes, or people are going to start losing jobs.
How in the aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now?
It doesn't.
What do you want? Speak up and quickly if you will.
I'm investigating Halcyon Helen's murder. Was she here recently?
You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress, Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can't be too sure with so many simpletons around in the day-to-day. Regardless, I am not at liberty to divulge such information with non-employees or personnel lacking security clearance level Spectrum Orange. Of course, if you were to, say, contract your services to me, I suppose I could grant you clearance enough to answer your murder-related questions, Ms. Inspector. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry. Hence why I've barricaded myself in the lab.
There isn't anything you can do to help?
Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. Ah, I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab. Perhaps you'll find some useful apparatus or two in them?
Better than nothing. Didn't see any hostiles on the way here from the entry door. You could make a run for it.
And lose my life's work? You want me to just burn my lab and my entire future to the ground over one experiment that's gotten rather out of hand? No, I think not. We merely need to clean up the mess, so to speak. Reset the lab back to functional parameters.
Clean up? They were human beings. Don't you care about them at all?
Staff can be replaced, you know. Research data? Now that's invaluable.
What goes on in these labs that would turn your researchers against you?
Oh no. They're quite unaware of their actions, I'm afraid. We're a research and development branch of Rizzo's, focused primarily on the Spectrum vodka line. But the specific research that goes on in this facility is utterly confidential. You understand?
You know, only in this game do we have these scientists trying to make vodka and toothpaste, and instead they create monstrosities. I'll find out when I hunt through the labs. You might as well tell me up front.
So you've no qualms about snooping through my precious research files. But will you understand the data once you've acquired it? Essentially, we research new innovations for an array of Rizzo's products. My present troubles stem from one we've just developed. The product's potential for profit is nearly limitless. But I'm afraid explaining the science behind it would far exceed your capability for understanding.
Ellie, any thoughts on what it could be?
If it's causing sudden aggressive behavior in lab technicians, there must be a fast-acting neurological agent of some kind.
I've underestimated you. Yes, it seems to be an adverse effect of several organisms attaching to a subject. Quite unnerving.
So, the slugs. I can take care of your problem, but I'll need you to answer some questions afterward.
Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon you'll have my knowledge of Miss Bellamy's recent visit as well. Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the utility room.
Your call, Captain. I don't know if the lab techs can even be helped at this point.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down. I'll unseal the access hallway for you now. Do take care.
Interesting. Well, let's see if I can do that. I apparently need to go there. Or there. Before Rizzo's was the confectionery juggernaut you know and love today, it was an above-average chemical waste management corporation. On one otherwise unremarkable day, an employee on the slurry-stirring shift leaned a little too far over a chemical vat, dropping a single purple berry that had been hidden in his jacket pocket. Instead of being immediately fired for his hazardous incompetence, the employee was given an ultimatum by his supervisor: retrieve the fallen fruit and stay employed. The employee jumped into the vat, swam for the purple berry, and accidentally swallowed it. The rest is history. After he was pulled from the toxic waters, the stirrer stated that the chemical-coated purple berry hadn't been half bad before falling into a toxic coma, giving his supervisor the idea to sterilize and adjust the chemical mixture for human consumption. Soon, the sour, sweet-coated purple berries were more or less edible, becoming Rizzo's first mass-marketed product, the Purple Berry Bunch. More or less edible.
It's not worth it, buddy.
Hello everyone, this is your friendly custodial staff offering a preemptive apology if the elevator hall is crowded with gas canisters. There are quite a few of them, and only one of me, so I'm moving them in loads down to the utility room. Do be cautious, they're filled with a sedative potent enough to put a hungry mama raptidon out cold. Thank you for understanding. Dear esteemed colleagues, my team and I are all headed to the Grand Colonial's bar this evening for some drinking and fellowship. All real scientists are welcome to join us. You know, the ones that produce quantifiable data and theorems that don't spend their time jabbering over how this lighting on that bottle will increase customer sentiment. Cheers from some who understands that market researchers aren't real scientists. Team, as we continue our new round of research and product development, I am increasing the required safety gear for lab workers involved. As some of you know, a few recent accidents involving subjects have left workers maimed, scarred, and one worker had their left hand permanently discolored to a shade of lime green. Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs is expected to continuously produce revolutionary advancements in the food and beverage industry. These measures will help us in the further pursuit of that mission. You know, maybe people shouldn't be risking their lives for the purposes of food and beverages. Also, where did my team go? Ah, there they are. Nope, that entry is barred. Of course. But I might be able to go in through that way. Huh.
take your best shot, asshole.
Did I hear something?
Oh.
Real funny. Giving me the chuckle squad. I can't hear you laughing.
Alright, I guess some scientists had to die.
I just want to be your friend. Who's laughing now? To make you smile.
Alright, they're dealt with. Welcome, insert name. We're happy to have you as the new mechanic. Custodian, at insert location. It is your responsibility to ensure your location of employment is tidy and works like a charm. Your duties include, but are not limited to, cleaning all the surfaces, regular maintenance of all machinery, restocking employee break areas, maintenance of all electronic systems, keeping inventory of the location's operational item reserves, voluntary assistance for the lab's research as needed, maintaining thorough documentation for your possible successor. We know that sounds like a lot, but don't worry, your predecessor has kept thorough documentation for your needs that you can find in this terminal. We hope you're excited to begin this most fulfilling career, and remember, whoa, 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 it's Rizzo's. Training file corrupted. Please guess how to do your job to the best of your ability. I've gotten 17 requests from lab workers that I had to respond to, and also managed to find time to sweep, mop, and buff this whole place. I was hoping that the employee how-to document would help with some of these machines that I've never seen before in my life, but guess what? The asshole left it completely blank. I got a request from Dr. Blossom to hook up the gas lines to some canisters that are mixed with heavy sedative for dispersal in the lower labs. Luckily, I've got enough experience cleaning all the muck that builds up in the vents to get it all done in a couple days. Still, I wonder what they're needing this for. I think they took the last of the Raptidons out of the lab last week. I guess the pheromone flavoring results weren't as promising as they'd hoped. Jackpot. Since I read that stupid orientation document, I've been hoping they'd ask me to volunteer for something, and here it is! I get to be a taste tester for the newest Spectrum flavor. I'm heading for the lab right after I fix the clog in the showers. So exciting. Of course, that's the last... That's the last comment. Ugh. What? So they basically hooked up these slugs. Are all of the flavors of Spectrum basically just slugs? Just big old slugs. Except in this case, the slugs also allowed their... like, maybe the temperature of the liquid, the acidity... Maybe something about it was a little bit different, which enabled like the creature to breed, per se, inside the vat. Which allowed the parasites themselves Oh, I did not even see that staircase. Oh, this side is sealed. Alright, let's get back to the elevator, head back up. That was a lot simpler than I was expecting it to be. Yes. There we go. Alright, where am I? Oh, I'm in, if I just leave this hallway... That'll take me back to the elevator. Oh my goodness, Ellie. No!
Just who in the... Oh my law. It's you. Wait. What do you think you are?
We better hurry, Captain.
How is this door sealed now? Something's afoot.
Just when we were gonna get some answers.
Timeline discrepancy detected. Nearby. Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
Wow, amazing. You're sure you heard gunshots earlier, yet this victim's loss of blood is oddly minimal.
These puncture marks. It looks like she was injected with something.
Search the immediate area. Although you distinctly remember hearing gunshots over the intercom, you don't see any bullet casings. Whoever Dr. Blossom confronted over the intercom, they dispatched her and all 4 of those scientists without much resistance. Means they must have been well trained, some kind of sharpshooter or adventurer.
What an awful place to die. What do you think happened to her?
Or she knew them. 5 kills, in and out before we could catch a glimpse of the culprit. I'd expect more blood. Pretty sure they're dead. Whoever did this was evil, like some kind of villain in a serial adventure. Strange, I heard gunshots over the intercom, but don't see any casings.
I remember those gunshots. Energy weapons don't sound that way. The killer must have been using something exotic.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
Wow, thank you, genius.
Timeline discrepancy. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
Error file deleted was successfully downloaded to external data cartridge. Apologies for the late notice, but Miss Bellamy has requested a tour of the facilities while she is visiting Eridanos as Halcyon Helen. Please prepare for her arrival in the morning. Well, Lilara, you did it again. At long last, you located a bottle of Spectrum Black, hidden in a crevice of musty shelf space in the storage warehouse last night. That much closer to finally getting the Spectrum Gatling to work. And what happened? You got all the way back to the water tower before running into a group of primals already diverting themselves with fruits of the fermented variety. One bad blackout later, and here you are, covered in primal vomit without the Spectrum Black. Get it together. Well, at the very least, she's alive. What exactly happened then? Oh, she must have just been knocked out. What in blessed corporate law is all that commotion? Blah, blah, blah.
Don't they realize this just makes us more curious about that data file?
The Gatling taunts me from behind its glass cage. The infernal void damn thing refuses to work. And I know the exact cause. It's me. Why am I wired like this? Why? Whenever I try to fiddle with the internals sober, I broke parts off, or connections failed to fire, or pieces stuck out of the casing and shorted out other components. So of course the solution was obvious. Get at least a little plastered prior to the work period, every work period. When I'm relaxed, my hands don't shake. It's so much easier to see where things should fit or how to bridge certain connections. The problem, of course, is that I also get artistic. Why should a weapon work on mechanics alone? Why shouldn't you have to say, slot one of every single fucking kind of Spectrum vodka into the thing before it will fire for the first time? I don't even know if it's tied to the weapon's internals, or if it's some kind of lock, but it seems like it should fire and absolutely will not. I have to get one of every kind of spectrum, including black. I can only hope the storage warehouse has had a recent shipment of the entire spectrum, or all this work will have been for nothing. I have to be the dumbest genius this side of Halcyon. Huh. So I probably have then 3 flavors of spectrum. Yeah, I have Spectrum Black. No, that's just rum and something. Spectrum Orange and Spectrum Red. So I need the other 5 Spectrum flavors to unlock the case.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
Examine the grate.
Looks like a standard ventilation shaft to me. Somebody around my size could have crawled in. Wouldn't have been comfortable or, you know, clean. Ventilation shafts usually turn into sprat nests.
Examine the fuse box. There's a cut wire in the box. Someone wanted the power cut to something, but you're not quite sure what.
See that red wire? Whoever cut that wire was trying to disrupt the circuit. They could have sealed the lab doors temporarily. At least until the failsafes kicked in.
Alright, so that would probably explain why the doors closed on us temporarily. Alright. 1 second while I clean out my inventory.
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time.
Alright.
Releasing the mosquitoes for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
That does not sound like it's a good thing. Let's save our game. Just in case the waspitos happen to be absolutely awful. Ah, hello, waspitos. Actually, hold on. Let's remove that, and let's toss on the flamethrower, because that uses energy weapon, and I don't really have... Yeah. Excellent. You know, I think this might actually be the first time I've used a...
Reminder, mosquitoes are aggressive pollinators who have been known to be extremely territorial.
a flamethrower myself in this game. And I have to say, this is a very deadly weapon against living things. Ladies, what's going on over there? Sorry. Too many blows to the eyes have made it harder to see things far away from you. Range weapon skills -10. Oh, thank you. Ah, so this is probably what enables me to Are these things stinging me directly in the eyeballs?
In the event you become trapped in the space with one or more waspitos, try standing still. Just kidding. You die long before a waspito grew tired of stinging you.
The multi-tool. Scan the chemical makeup of the multi-tool.
Tool is comprised of 99% plastic, 0.5% steel, and 0.5% carbonated sugary beverage. Trace amounts of kerosene, alcohol, hydrazine, and liquid hydrogen also detected.
Inspect the casing. Construct a lever to remove the panel. Although wiggle the nails out actually does sound a little bit more entertaining. The nails aren't as well set as they look, making it simple enough matter to wiggle them free. As the panel falls away, you notice it was hiding a slug logo.
What did you find, Cap?
It's likely that whoever released the waspitos was a slug employee.
Slug runs the hotels. And the spaceport. And Law knows what else. So that don't exactly narrow it down.
Hate to say it, but I don't think I learned a whole lot about where this thing originated.
Huh. Wonder why someone would leave it here.
Let's abort that pollinization cycle. The last activity exceeds the system's 2-week threshold and has since been purged. So somebody did this ahead of time. Hilda, generally when two coworkers get blasted out of their minds in Spectrum vodka, and one of them makes a joke about how wild it would be if someone puts wasps and mosquitoes together, he doesn't wake up the next day with a promotion and a couple 100,000 rabid insects on his back porch. I can appreciate a good joke as much as the next guy, but I got a message earlier today about making sure I increase quarterly yields, and it wasn't from you. If you wanted to, I don't know, bail me out sooner rather than later, I'd be most obliged. Hilda, I'll put it bluntly, this place is one bad key press away from total disaster. Earlier today, I accidentally selected the begin pollinization cycle function on this terminal. The cycle just activated. No password protection, no confirmation message, nothing. And so it happened. As it so happened, there was a scheduled tour making its way through the orchards at about that moment. Somehow that idiot groundskeeper's exterminator mechanicals got activated, giving the waspitos something to sting that wasn't the tour group. Those people barely got away with their lives, and I don't think we'll be so lucky next time. My supervisor has apparently scheduled me for some kind of standard medical treatment. When I come back, I better have a message from you apologizing for not responding to my messaging and containing an immediate transfer to somewhere that isn't here. I've had enough. Hilda, I reread my last message to you, and I feel I owe you the deepest and most heartfelt of apologies. I've been such an entitled bore since I received this promotion. In reality, I should have been thanking you. To oversee the day-to-day coming and going of creatures as majestic as these waspitos is a great honor. Congratulations on your promotion, by the by. I would have thought I'd be mad, especially considering how central my waspitos were to your new position, but since that treatment, I found it difficult to stay mad about much of anything. I hope you enjoy Byzantium. He's got a slug attached to his neck. Whoops, stole some chocolate. Oh, I need that.
Make him regret it.
Alright, I think I'm going to stop here for the night. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. and have yourselves a good night.